on, everyone? Welcome to a new episode of Mostly Wrong Opinions. I am Tyrone. That is Devin. Hold on. Don't go into the future in the multiverse yet. We want you to hit that subscribe button right there and hit the like button. Now, we are about to talk about the movie that's in the theaters now. It is Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Every night, I dream the same dream. And then...
With this movie, I don't think the multiverse was too mad.
Yeah, we saw the Multiverse of Madness, and it had Michelle Yeoh in it.
Yeah.
It wasn't this one.
It wasn't this one.
Yeah. Long story short, Doctor Strange finds a little girl. She's a teenager, I guess. She can't control her powers, but she seems to be jumping from one universe to another, and there's a mysterious person who wants to get her. And Doctor Strange has to protect her and protect the multiverse. And first of all, I'm surprised by this story, by this premise, because I thought the premise would have more to do with the fallout of Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah.
But No Way Home was nowhere to be seen because no one addressed it. Like, it was no one cared.
It was addressed. It was addressed
that.
by him when he was asked about Spider-Man, which is in my mind is a whole little confusion thing. It's like, but didn't you make people forget who Peter Parker was? But does that also mean?
Did they forget who Spider-Man
is?
I'm assuming not, because Spider-Man fought Thanos, which is like a really big deal. So I'm assuming people don't know. They know Spider-Man, but they don't know who Peter Parker is. And I feel like the Avengers would realize they've got like a big hole in their memory because Peter was walking around without his mask on for so long. This is not the point of Doctor Strange at all.
No,
we have veered way off topic
for
a movie I do not like and is messy anyway. And I'm just
but the issue that I have with Marvel is that they're trying to connect so many webs together because it's you're gonna find a loophole in there, and they have a problem with just sticking with one story. Now, this wasn't a problem with me for this film.
Yeah, because they kind of sidestepped it by sidestepping all of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So,
now, was this story a good story? I've seen it before.
Boilerplate Marvel, which I'm kind of surprised. I kind of thought we'd moved a little bit beyond this kind of like A-okay in the middle Marvel stuff. I thought maybe we'd go like really, really good, really, really bad. But no, we still get these middle of the road, aight movies.
Yeah, and to be honest, it's the majority of people out there that feels this way about this film. I haven't heard so many people that's like, oh man, this was the best freaking Marvel movie since freaking Infinity War. No, I don't know.
I've heard some people like it because it does get weird. There are spots where it gets weird, and that's always commendable when something as big as Marvel can get weird, because they don't have to. They can just sit back and do nothing and collect money, like Spider-Man. Or they could actually get weird, and this movie does briefly, way briefer than I thought, get weird. So I want to go spoiler-free for a second, just so we can like talk about it and give our impressions, and then we're going to go straight in. But a lot of the multiverse hopping happened within like one scene, and then after that we kind of bounced between two different realities, and so that was surprising, and it felt like what you said earlier, kind of tame compared to Everything Everywhere All at Once. But they hopped around like I couldn't even count how many universes they went to.
Bro. So
this felt less mad than you would have thought.
And we said in that video that Marvel should be scared.
Yeah.
Because if a movie that only spent $25 million on doing this, that just means that the screenwriters took their time with what they wanted with that film. With this, I always feel like Marvel is always writing a film to get to an ending point to move on to the next thing. And I feel like it's rushed. And the pacing was a little weird in this film for me.
Yeah, Marvel's always selling you the next film in this film, right?
In every single film, and it's kind of getting annoying to me.
Yeah, it is getting annoying because sometimes I want to see a movie when I go to the movie theater. I don't want to be promised a movie. I don't want to see a trailer for another movie. I would like to see a movie. But this movie, I didn't think it was bad. I feel like I'm dunking on it, and I feel like it wasn't bad. It was fine, and I guess I was really hopeful for this film because Benedict Cumberbatch had really kind of turned his Doctor Strange into like a character. He seemed to have like a short temper almost. He seemed to be kind of witty and sharp at times in some of the other movies like Infinity War and Endgame. This one, that's not there. He's really just kind of generic here, and he's barely in the movie. Like, I feel like he didn't have. I'm sure he was there, but his presence didn't feel as big as the villain of the film. I felt the villain of the film kind of ate the movie, and I felt like the new character, her name was America. I felt like she stole scenes, but Benedict Cumberbatch himself, I didn't think he was as big as of a force in his own film than I was expecting.
America Chavez.
That's nice.
It's funny that you said that it felt like there was less Benedict Cumberbatch in this, and this is a little bit of spoiler before we head into the spoilers here. There were 4 versions of Benedict Cumberbatch's character in this, and he didn't play them differently, except for just kind of one of them.
Yeah, one of them's got a ponytail, and other than that, he's more or less identical to the Doctor Strange that you know. So there wasn't like a lot of interesting variation. Again, a lot like Everything Everywhere All at Once. All these Evelyns were essentially different humans. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like these are different people, different characters that Michelle Yeoh got to play. Benedict Cumberbatch played one character with different outfits, which is different, and okay, that's fine. I guess I was, after watching Everything Everywhere All at Once, I was expecting a lot more. But I did like America Chavez quite a bit. I like her character in the comic book too, and she's got a kind of a confusing power set, and I feel like they kind of shrunk her power set down a little bit to like she punches portals and that's it. So that being said, she needs to die now because she breaks the Marvel universe in a way that is wildly uninteresting. She needs to die immediately.
I want to point out that her portal shape is America because it's a star.
It's a star. More than that, everything she seems to break is a star. When she was on top of that building and she was like kicking down rubble to beat the little eye monster, the little rubble piece broke down on a star, and I was like, "Oh, that's really funny." I thought it was kind of silly and funny. I like that quite a bit. That's where you get a lot of this Sam Raimi stuff going on. Where things break away in stars in her hand. But I do think America Chavez needs to die. She is too powerful. And she's powerful in an uninteresting way, in that moving forward, if a character dies, she can just go to another universe and get another version. And that means death has already been a problem within the MCU, and now it is completely meaningless. If she was there in Endgame, when they broke all the Infinity Stones, she just goes to another universe and grabs some more.
I used the stones to destroy the stones. It nearly killed me.
Like she breaks the universe in ways that I think are really bad, and Marvel will have to fumble around moving forward and explain why she isn't fixing things in every single movie.
Boy, you pointed out a very big, like, Marvel universe flaw.
Yeah, I think she's got to die now. Like, you gotta kill her immediately.
Oh, now hold on. Let's get into the spoilers now. You ready to get into the spoilers?
I'm ready, man.
You know who else feels like she needs to die now?
Who?
The Scarlet Witch.
That's right.
Because apparently, the cat's out of the bag. Scarlet Witch was the villain in this film.
Which I like that quite a bit.
I like that quite a bit myself too. Because
apparently it's divisive online. I see some people that didn't like it, and they've got an interesting argument. To really explain the argument, I liked seeing someone that we thought was a hero become a villain. I like that a lot. That happened in Civil War, and that's always fun because we feel like we're invested in the character. We feel like we know the character, and now they're at odds with another character that we feel like we know and we like. So I like that idea. But some people say that it violates her path on WandaVision. In WandaVision, yes, she was being bad. She was being real mean and stuff. But at the end of WandaVision, after she realized that she'd enslaved the whole town, right? She was like, I messed up and I need to do better. And she said, I don't understand my new powers, but I'm gonna learn them.
I'm sorry for all the pain I caused.
I know.
I don't understand this power, but I will.
This doesn't seem fair.
And a lot of people felt like in this movie, she turned into a one-note villain, and she was going hopping from universe to universe trying to find her kids, but not trying to find Vision.
Vision, yes.
So like a lot of people felt like this was a violation of the character, which I can understand.
But that's all bullshit. The reason why I say that's all bullshit is because, yeah, the inner Wanda wanted that. But she's not Wanda anymore. She's controlled by the Darkhold book thing.
Right.
And it's bringing out that one deepest like thing that she's ever wanted. It's kind of like the lamp. Okay?
Right.
And in Aladdin where you rub it and the evil lamp. And it gives you
I'm following. I'm with you.
It gives you your greatest desire, and at this point, if you're a mother, at least on Mother's Day weekend, by the way.
Yeah, I thought about that too. I was like, oh, perfect for Mother's Day.
You want your children. Forget that man. You want your children, okay? You don't forget everybody else, because it's just like Wanda wouldn't have done the things that she's done. It wasn't her.
I was fine with it. I guess I'm not so invested in that character that I felt like it was a violation. I wasn't wild about WandaVision, so I was okay with seeing Wanda be the villain. My big problem with the film, now that we're in spoiler territory, is the book you're talking about, the Darkhold. So in the movie, we're like, oh my God, Wanda's got the Darkhold. We gotta stop her. Yeah. And then someone's like, let's destroy the Darkhold. And I'm like, hell yeah, that's gonna be the movie. Destroy the Dark. Oh, you did it. It's like, done. They destroyed it immediately. And I'm like, oh, okay, so what are they gonna do the rest of the film? They're like, oh, don't worry. Everything that was in the Darkhold is written in a cave up there. I'm like, oh, so there's two of them? Everything that they tell us is big, it's undone. And then they're like, but don't worry, there's the anti-Darkhold. There's a good book. Good book. Let's go get that. And I'm like, that's going to be quite the adventure. Oh, there. And then they get it. And they're like, we got it. We got the good book destroyed. I was like, what the heck? If you really start distilling this down, right?
Okay.
They could have really cut out that whole thing with them trying to get the good book, the positive book, because it was destroyed immediately. It had no bearing whatsoever on the film. But them trying to get the good book was like the bulk of the film, only for it to be destroyed before they can crack it open. Oh, it's like a side mission in a video game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like where you go run an errand for some character and you're like, why am I doing this? And it's got no bearing on anything. Yeah. That's kind of what this whole book pursuit thing felt like.
The Illuminati is a council that is on Earth 838. Is that what it is?
I don't give a fuck.
Exactly. And they have, everyone's gushing over this because, yes, Patrick Stewart is in this film from the X-Men movies. He's in there, and he is the head of this council. Mordo.
A version of Mordo
is on this council. You got Captain Marvel, Monica Rambeau, Captain Marvel, and you got Captain Carter's there. What's the Silence dude's name?
Black Bolt.
Black Bolt is there. And he's from Inhumans, which no one cared about that show because it got canceled.
But it's cool they got the same actor doing, so that's cool.
Same actor, yes.
I'm glad he got to come back.
And then they got the person that everyone was like screaming to play Reed Richards.
Right.
John Krasinski was
right.
Jim from The Office. So that's all cool. And then people are like, yeah, that's so awesome. You got the Eternal, I mean not Eternals, but the freaking Illuminati in this. And then all of a sudden they get dismantled badly.
So with the Illuminati, I thought this was really good and smart of Marvel to have their cake and eat it too. And so they give you what you want, right? And they know everybody's going to be happy with it. And then Marvel gets to kill them and move on and get whatever and do whatever they actually want to do with the Fantastic Four, right? The actual, probably, I assume, much more creative thing with the Fantastic Four. So, or maybe John Krasinski will still be Reed Richards. I don't know.
Who knows?
But it doesn't matter, right? Because the fans got their thing, right? And so for me, I think this is the right kind of fan service. They even put Professor X in that yellow wheelchair thing,
and it theme song. I was like, look at that cheese.
I feel sad about that because I feel like I've got a fan fiction in my head of how to get that song into the X-Men film a cool way, but whatever. We're not here for my fan fiction. But I thought that was fine. That was okay. But if you were to cut the Illuminati out this film, would the movie change?
No.
You would miss one fight scene. What I did like with Sam Raimi stuff is when they did get weird, I liked that a lot of it was creepy and scary, and I liked that the Scarlet Witch, how she found her way into the building with like the reflections, and that felt very Sam Raimi like.
If you watched our Quick and the Dead video, if you watch anything that I've said about Sam Raimi and that, I love this guy. I did a freaking paper on him in college when I did for Spider-Man 2. He's one of my favorite directors because of how I feel like how he moves the camera. It just feels awesome. It's like you just want to just kiss the screen. Okay, I love it. So that's why I love Sam Raimi so much, man, because he's such a visual director. Since freaking Army of the Dead, Army of the Darkness, the Evil Dead 1 and 2, all the Spider-Man movies, the Ash versus the Dead TV show.
I feel like I could feel the reins on Sam. I felt
really?
Like
you think so?
I feel like I could feel like he wants to go a little further.
This movie was way more of a Sam Raimi film than a Marvel film to me.
Okay, that's great.
Okay, that's my mostly wrong opinion. So
I feel like Sam wanted to go a little weirder, a little strange. I don't know about gory, but just like stranger. But that's what I'm saying. Like Everything Everywhere All at Once was a million times stranger than a Doctor Strange film. And I think Sam Raimi has the potential. Or not just potential. I've seen him do it. Yeah, I've seen him go weird.
Disney was like, hey Sam, look, we are the House of the Mouse, okay?
Yeah, they're like, we want Doctor Strange to end up here at this spot. When he ends the film, he has to end up here. Anything other than that, no. So there are things that he couldn't do. I thought it was better than Doctor Strange 1.
I did too. I definitely did.
It's not like my favorite thing, but I am surprised it didn't move the Marvel Universe forward in any kind of notable way.
No, it left it off in a cliffhanger that people does not understand, and that is okay with me. I'm okay with that.
What's the cliffhanger?
No one knows who Charlize Theron is.
Oh yeah, no one knows. Yeah, and everyone's gonna pretend like they know who that is. I'm like, you liar! I don't want to hear you bull. I can't wait to hear all these people pretending like they always knew who Cleo was. I'm like, you liar!
Only thing
I know you lying. You Googled it like everyone else.
Only thing I know is that that's his future bitch.
and you had to Google it. Like
I had to Google it.
So I'm like, why you gotta Google movies to understand movies, right? I had the same issue with the post-credit scenes with Eternals. I'm like, oh, I gotta go Google it so I can understand who's speaking.
Who's Harry Styles?
Yeah, man, what is this? Yeah, so exactly. Why do I have to Google your movie?
We are reaching territories to where now it's outside of these characters is on my shirt that no one knows. You know
that's okay. That's okay. I just know that people are gonna be fake and pretend like they always knew who she was when they didn't.
See.
Like, be
this
honest.
person.
It's okay not to know everything. That's okay.
Yeah, man. You want to get into the rating?
Yeah, man. Let's do it.
I feel like this is a Sam Raimi film more so than a Marvel film, and I'm okay with that because I love Sam Raimi. Anything that man does with a behind the camera and telling a story, give it to me. The strongest part character wise in this film to me was Scarlet Witch. I think Elizabeth Olsen did a great job to where how she felt about her kids.
And I feel like she doesn't get enough credit for how good of a job she's been doing throughout all these films. And this and WandaVision are like the first few times where she's been like right dead center in the film, right in the camera. And I feel like she's been doing really well, which is a shame because she's been in so many movies. And I'm like, she should have been doing a whole lot more.
Yeah, man.
Just like old girl said, why was she upstairs the whole time?
Why was she up there all this time?
I do agree with you that there are some loopholes here, like also especially with America Chavez. America Chavez probably needs to die soon. You're right.
Got to go. She breaks things.
And I also feel I'm in the middle of the road with this film. I don't hate it, and I don't love it. I kind of like it, so I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10.
Great. That's exactly what I was going to give it, except I was going to knock a 0.5 off and give it a 7. I thought this was a pretty good film. I liked it. As for Marvel, I don't think this is a required viewing for Marvel though. Like I thought this would really move Marvel forward. But if you skipped this film, what would you miss? All you would wonder is where's Wanda? But apparently no one ever wondered that before. So I think...
Hey, Wanda went down exactly how Dr. Octopus went down.
Yeah, she sure did. Didn't she? Wow.
I will not die a monster.
Dang, Sam, what the heck?
that is a director's flaw that I saw right there. Because she was a good person who was corrupted by something bad, and then she took herself down when she felt like, oh, I see the evil of my ways.
And with her death, I wonder, like, what does this mean for Vision? So yes, there's a white Vision out there. I felt like the end of WandaVision was making it seem like this white Vision would learn to fall in love with Wanda all over again. But now Wanda's dead, so I'm like, oh, that's like a little piece of WandaVision like snapped off, and now we'll never have that happen again. But as for the film, this is not the crowd pleaser that I think Spider-Man No Way Home was. This isn't the kind of movie where you're gonna have people cheering and stuff like that.
And that's fine.
It's fine. It's fine with me. And this also does not move the Marvel Universe forward. It's just like another Marvel film. And to me, it feels like a cautionary tale. Because I really thought that this would move things forward with Marvel. And I was like, I gotta see this one. Here we go. We're going crazy now. Marvel's going crazy. Get going psychedelic, And it really didn't. So I'm like, this always reminds me, don't get so caught up in the marketing, right? So the marketing made this film feel like it was gonna be bigger, but it really wasn't. I thought, what if the TV show would be more consequential in this film? It wasn't.
No.
I thought Spider-Man would be more consequential for this film. It wasn't.
So I recommend you go see this film.
Sure. Yeah. If you like Marvel, you're gonna go see it. So I don't need to recommend shit to you. If you're not a big Marvel fan, yeah, you'll have fun, and you'll understand it. Like I think you're about to say. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I think this is more accessible to people who are not big Marvel fans than I was anticipating. So I do recommend it.
All right. Well, I gave this film a 7.5. Devin gave this film a 7. That is our review for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Hey, thank you for coming to the video and clicking on it. Really do appreciate it, man. If you can do us a favor, please hit that subscribe button right down there. More movies to come and more awesome stuff to come, more explosions to come. Everything is to come on this show. Pause. Hey, if you liked our reaction, hit that thumbs up. It really does help out the channel. Or you can hit the thumbs down and be like, I'm tired of you guys bashing on Marvel. You guys suck. Wait, did you guys bash on DC too? You guys suck. Hey man, whatever you feel, it is your opinion. But just remember one thing, it's mostly wrong. See you guys in another video.